This is episode 9, and in this episode, I'm going to be answering the question. I get a lot of questions, and I say that in every episode. But in this week's episode, I'm going to be answering the best business advice I've ever received. Again, I'm going to be answering the best business advice I've ever received. So if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Business Lawyer Said. This is a Q&A where I answer your business law questions. If you have a question that you would like submitted for a future episode, just go ahead and hit that question box, or you can email me your question or send me a DM. Either way, I'll collect them and then I will save it for future use. So again, my name's Niquosha. I'm the Anderson Law Firm founder, where we specialize in business and intellectual property matters. So if you have a question about that, you want to consult and you're in the state of Florida, or you have some IP stuff so you can be wherever you want to be in the grand old United States of America, just hit the link in the bio. So all of that's out the way, let's get into it. So what is the best business advice I've ever received? And when I read this question, I was like, oh, that's a good one. I really like it. That's different. So you want to know a little bit more about me. I like it. I see what you did there, and I like it. But I couldn't just think of one tip that I received. I broke it down into 3. So let's get into it. Tip number 1. The best business advice I received was start. It was simple as that. Just start. Start where you are. Don't procrastinate. Don't put it off. If this is what you want to do, start. You're not going to know everything. And if you did know everything, you would have been started. So hence goes back to the best advice. Tip number 1, just start. So that's that. So tip number 2. Tip number 2 is near and dear to my heart. I had a meeting with a great colleague who's in the Central Florida area a little while ago, and they brought it back up, and I said that I would mention it for today's live. So for today's live, point number 2 on the best business advice I've ever received is your procrastination is causing you not to get this money. Your procrastination in the eyes of perfectionism is causing you not to get this money. Perfectionism is stopping you from getting this bag. Let me repeat. Perfectionism is stopping you from getting this bag because it's not this. I don't have that. It doesn't look this way. I don't sound this way. People are going to be concerned about what I look like, what I don't have. Ain't nobody worried about all that. If you can come out here and establish to the Americas and the peoples in the Americas of the world, Craig, that you know what you're talking about, you are genuine, you are passionate, and you're honest, and you have all these great qualities, and you have a lot to offer, people will come. And the old adage of what they say, if you build it, they will come. That's real talk. That's real talk. Your perfectionism is getting in the way of you being great. So let's just stop that. And yes, easier said than done, Niquosha. I get it. I know it's hard. I know. I know it's hard. But you have to start somewhere. Going back to tip number 1. All right, so let's wrap this up because I got places to be, and this is only during your lunch hour, and I ain't trying to hold you, right? So tip number 3, the best business advice I've received. Tip number 3 is if you failed, you tried. Let me repeat. If you failed, you tried. And that's half the battle. Most people are not out here trying. You'll be surprised to see when you start trying and you be like, I got all this competition and so many people doing it. It's really, really not. People don't work as hard as you think they do. People are not putting in the work that you think they are. And I was on a live with Marty and Kirk and Nikki and all them a little while ago watching it, and they said something and it really resonated with me, and it was just like, you letting people make crappy content outwork you, outdo you, outperform you. They out here, they showing up even if they stuff is crappy. So what that mean? You need to be out here too. You need to be doing what you need to do too. And that also means you need to hire a business lawyer to make sure you ain't here making mistakes and creating liability problems. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just came on to say the best business advice. Tip number 1, start. Tip number 2, stop letting perfectionism get in the way of you getting the bag. And tip number 3, failing means I tried. So just go back, see tip number 1. All right. So that will conclude this week's edition of The Business Lawyer Said. This is episode 9. If you want some more and you need me to flesh it out, maybe make another video content, blog post, I'll figure it out. Let me know. Give me some feedback. I'm open to it. And again, if you have a question for The Business Lawyer Said that you want me to answer in future episodes, just send it in that question box. Send me a DM, email, all of that's in the bio. Look forward to hearing from you soon. I hope you have a great week.